¿Qué tal, amigos de Trail Running Review? Estamos aquí en Transvulcania 2019 y con uno de los claros protagonistas, yo diría también, para esta edición. Está aquí Jonathan Albon, un gran conocido para los amantes de la skyrunning. Fue cuarto en el Mundial de Peñagonosa el año pasado. Y bueno, le vamos a preguntar, creo que es la primera vez que viene aquí a la isla. Jonathan, how are you today?
I'm really well, how are you?
We're good. Bueno, dice que está bien. Jonathan, I think it's the first time here in La Palma for you.
Yeah, definitely. I came to Gran Canaria as a kid for a family holiday, but since then this is my first time back, and certainly my first time on La Palma.
Bueno, que sí, que es la primera vez que está en Gran Canaria, fue cuando era pequeño, pero bueno, la primera vez aquí en Transvulcania. Jonathan, so this is a really different kind of weather, different kind of terrain for you. You live in Norway actually, and do you think this can affect you maybe on the bad thing on the race?
Yeah, I definitely am less at home on dry, rockier, nice weather trails than I am at wet, mossy, slippery northern trails. So to come down here is always a bit more of a challenge for me, but it's also a great experience. So.
Bueno, nos dice que obviamente es muy distinto lo que él tiene al lado de casa, que eso es más seco, más rocoso, y verá cómo le va la carrera. Jonathan, like I told you before, like you're the goth of sports, because you're the champion of OCR, if I'm not wrong. You are a great trail runner. You actually finished 4th last year in the World Championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And you do a lot of Eskimo too, and you do orienteering. You're good at all of these sports. How do you do it?
I don't know, I think I've just always liked doing different things, so I've never said no to challenges. And when people have asked me to do things, I've gone along and I've really enjoyed it. So I've just taken it from there. But I think because I've never trained specifically for one thing, I've never got the absolute best at one particular thing. But I've really enjoyed loads of different stuff and got quite good at those. And then all of those things combined actually make me quite a good obstacle racer, because in obstacle racing you need a wide variety of skills in order to do well. So.
Bueno, le he preguntado, y es que Jonathan es campeón de OCR o Spartan Race, como lo queréis llamar, de carrera de obstáculos, muy bueno en esquimo, viene de la orientación y también está haciendo muy buen papel dentro del mundo del trail running. Él nos dice que es su manera de ver las cosas, de que le gusta tocar un poco de todo. Sí que es cierto que a lo mejor no ser tan específico en un deporte no lo hace tan bueno en ese deporte, pero sí que la combinación de todos le hace ser muy bueno en la mayoría. So, in the other sports, what kind of things helps you to be a good trail runner, for example?
I think a lot of the sports I do involve some sort of running, so that's kind of the running theme, because I like to run. So it's that's like kind of cool that I've gone off to these other sports that include running. I guess skiing being the only other one, but you need to do something in the winter when it's snowy. So I found skimo has been really good training for the running season and really fun on its own. But yeah, I just love to run, so doing it in all its different forms and not just focusing on one type of running is really fun for me.
Bueno, nos dice que en todas las especialidades menos esquimo, obviamente tiene que correr, entonces que eso también le da ese extra en el trail running. Yeah, Jonathan, I read, I think, on your social media that in the last years you're changing a little bit the way you're training, doing more esquimo in the wintertime, and that helps you a lot on the summertime.
Yeah, I think it helps me a lot in the summertime, but mostly it just feels right for my body. I think I only started running when I was 20, so it's kind of late. And I felt that over the years, all this running, 12 months a year, just kind of builds up in your body, and you feel kind of swollen, and you start to get injuries, and things don't feel right. You don't enjoy running as much. Whereas then I found, take 2 or 3 months off from running, do something completely different, low impact, still nice, slow training, but a really fun adventure on its own, then come back to running, and my body feels a lot happier. So I can feel how I'm changing my training. I can then go on to exercise and run my entire life rather than just burning out after a couple of years.
Bueno, casualmente coincide mucho con lo que dijo el otro día Luis Alberto, y es que Jonathan decide apostar más en el invierno por el esquimo para evitar que el cuerpo tenga más impacto, recuperar un poco más, y dice que luego, digamos, cuando vuelva a correr se siente más recuperado y con mayor fuerza. Jonathan, last question. We know that you run with BG Sports. It's a different kind of shoe, coming from orienteering to trail running. We already tried some of the shoes. Which one is going to be the one to run tomorrow? On Saturday, sorry.
So my choice would have been the Extreme, because that's a shoe with a little bit more protection, and here it's a really rocky, dry trail. But some exciting news from VJs, they've made a little bit more of an ultra shoe. So it's called the Max, and it should be coming out by the end of May, I think, or at least in the summer. So I think I'll be putting that to the test here on 75 kilometres of La Palma running.
First time, eh?
First time running with the Max in a race, so I'm kind of excited.
Bueno, que le he preguntado, eres corredor de VJ Sports, ¿de acuerdo? Y ¿con qué zapatilla iba a correr? Nosotros hemos puesto en Instagram con las X-Trem porque es su zapatilla de confianza, pero nos dice que seguramente va a correr con las Max X, que tenéis también la preview en nuestra página web. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Enjoy the race. We'll follow all the race, and I'm sure you're gonna do a nice show for us.
I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, the course looks great. The weather's nice, beautiful island, so nothing would be better. Just want to get running, really.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, guys.